Hey, Facebook Live. Hey, today I was tuning a piano. It's my piano tuning. And I was tuning at Brentwood Baptist Church. So this is sort of on location. This is not my studio. This is Brentwood Baptist. Check this out. This is Brentwood Baptist. This is important to me because it was the first job, the first real paying worship leading job that I had. So also, my grandparents used to go here. My grandfather was a Baptist preacher, free will Baptist preacher. But this place, that was like 10 years ago. Still smells like Brentwood Baptist Church. That's what I can think about it. And it also taught me a lot about worship leading. But and also this place right here, Brentwood Baptist Church, is the first place that I ever did a worship guitar workshop, like a real live workshop. And we had about 35 people. It was a huge success for me at that time. I was probably about 22, 23 years old. And, a couple years ago, a new pastor took over Brentwood, James, and he invited my wife and I to sing here. We sang here a couple years ago, saw some old people. But, there's a lot to be learned about being a worship leader, and I was pretty much young and dumb and stupid back then. I just tuned this piano here, so anyway, back in the day, back when I had this first job at Brentwood Baptist Church, it was tough. It was an era where the church was switching between contemporary modern worship and going from hymns, and this is an old congregation. And the pastor here was he was pushing modern worship and yet kind of using me as a push agent for change, and it did not go well. This did not go well. It was my first first part-time job, first paying job. I had been leading worship since I was about 17, and by then I was good at leading worship. I was good at I was I think out of college or getting ready to get out of college, and I was good at what I was doing. But I wasn't really seasoned. I didn't know what I was doing when it came to people or transitioning a church. It was very, very hard to do that. And some of you might be going through that. Even today, there's still churches. This church is still not fully transitioned, and still a lot of roadblocks. Sitting talking with the pastor about that today before I tune the piano. But I love this place, and I love the idea of that it's still here, and that the pastor's really he's a little bit younger than me, but he's really faithful and going through and doing a lot of things. But it's still Brentwood Baptist Church. So I just wanted you to see that, and I don't know if I have any advice for you. One thing of advice that I can do. I'm at the pulpit now at Brentwood Baptist. Here's my advice for you as a worship pastor, worship leader, young, and even when you're switching church, genres. Don't be a butthead. Don't be a butthead. Don't think that you can use music or worship as a change agent for a whole church of people. These people, this is their church. They've been going here for 30, 40 years. And yeah, it's their church, so just they're people. And I don't think I really understood that when I was 20, 23. And I still don't think it's really easy to change an older congregation, but music isn't the change agent. Music isn't the thing that will change them, and maybe I don't know what it is really that will change them. That's funny, isn't it? I don't know what it is that will change them, but it isn't music. It isn't a worship leader, a worship pastor comes in and changes the music or makes it this way or that way. That's not what's going to change the church. And sometimes it takes years, and that was like 15 years ago. And sitting with the pastor even today, I mean, they didn't change into a modern worship church. This doesn't look like a modern worship sanctuary. This is still just a community church. The music pastors, they come up with these ideas. Oftentimes I've noticed they use worship pastors or other staff members to push agendas through, and then like in this situation, the church wasn't ready for a change, and the pastor wanted a change. It's the older pastor, and he's kind of using music to push through things, and it didn't work. He got fired I kind of got fired. Actually, I quit, but it was pretty much evident that things were going bad. Things were going to go bad, and so I moved on. And we visited a couple years ago, sang, and the people are still great. It wasn't that they're great people. It wasn't that there's not cool people, nice people in churches. And this is like my grandmother's church, basically. Her friends and stuff. That's not it. Maybe they want to sing hymns. You know what? That's it. Go sing some hymns. No, I don't really have a lot of great advice other than just go slow, be humble, and remember that modern worship, you can't take a church like this and just come in and start singing a bunch of modern worship songs and think everybody's just going to go along with you. That doesn't work. And you got to be humble, and that's what I really like about the new pastor, man. He's going through this church. He's humble and he loves the people, even though he still has roadblocks. I mean, he's still a young pastor in an old congregation, and that can be hard And but as worship leaders, there's more to it than music styles, I guess. That's kind of what I've learned. But here's the piano. This piano's old, man. Look at how old this piano is. This piano is old. It's an old Gold Branson piano. Man, this thing's seen some time. Look, even got an old hymnal here on the thing. So anyway, thanks for watching the live video. Make sure you like the Facebook page and join the My Worship the King group. And let me know what you want to talk about this week when we do our live feeds. Okay? God bless you guys, and comment and share if you want me to talk more about this topic, about the topic of church transitioning, music, worship leading. But get a load of the Brantwood, man. This is the Brantwood. I think we're going to come back and sing here in a couple weeks or a couple months here, and that's where the old choir stood. All right, there it is. I'm gonna move on. I got another appointment, and then I'll be back in my studio so I can do some more live videos this afternoon. God bless you guys.